Police 10-8 Talk. I'm Joel. Got Bosco with us today. Today, again, courtesy of Big Daddy Guns, 855-682-4872. They're located in Gainesville, Florida. We have a Kriss Gen 2 Alpine SBR. The gun originally came Alpine white, so it came as white, and it's been done with a Kryptek camo. So give us just a sec, we'll move in, go over a couple of specs with you, and then we're going to adjourn next door to the range and see what she does. We'll be right back with you. Hey guys, here we are back at the tailgate with our Kriss SBR. This is a Kriss Vector and 45 ACP. This is the Gen 2, and you notice it is a SBR, and we did stick a suppressor on the end of it. What makes this gun unique is the Vector's action. It's called the Kriss Super V system, also known as KSVS. It's an articulated mechanism which allows the bolt, and there's an inertia block instead of with a conventional rifle how everything would recoil in a straight back motion. This actually apexes down downward into this recess behind the mag well. And the theory behind that is at the end of the travel that all the recoil force is forced in a downward motion instead of a straight back rear motion. In theory, this reduces recoil. Kriss started designing them in 2006. It is manufactured by Kriss USA. Started producing them in 2009, still currently being produced. Weight on this SBR is 6 pounds. Overall length, if we didn't have the suppressor on, it'd be 24.3. It is a delayed blowback closed bolt system. This particular one uses the good old standby Glock 21 magazines, and retail on it is right around $1,630 if you're thinking of getting one. So give us a sec. I'm gonna move it around a little bit and show you a couple of different things. It does have an ambidextrous safety here. I'm going to just kind of spin it around for you. Here's your safety on the opposite side. This is your charging handle here. Folds back neatly against it out of the way. Here's your magazine release down here, and this would be your bolt hold open lever here. Really neat design. Give us a sec. We're going to load up a couple of mags and see how she does. So stay tuned.
Hey everybody, this is Officer Bosco. Welcome back to Police 10-8 Talk. I've been anxiously awaiting for this day so we can shoot the Kriss. It's in 45 ACP. So just give me a second. Got a 13 round magazine loaded up, Glock 21 mag. Put it in and let's see how it shoots. So stand by. Going hot.
Hot.
Okay, you gotta slap it, learn that. Okay, let's rock and roll. Okay, it's on the last shot. As Officer Joel told you, there's a magazine release. Pop the mag out. Put it on safe and pass it over to Officer Joel, so just stand by.
Hey guys, Joel, Police 10-8 Talk. Fixing to take my turn firing the Kriss SBR. So here we go. Okay. Stand by. Let's try this again. Okay, mag's empty. Weapons safe. We'll be right back with you. We'll go up and take a look at the target. Welcome back. Here we are again. We just got done firing the Kriss SBR. A couple of things I noted about it, and Bosco may touch on them again. Reduce recoil my ass. Pardon my language.
Pardon his French.
Yeah, that's the only way to put it. No, there's no reduced recoil with this. I've shot other 45 caliber sub guns, and they weren't anywhere like this. This one you take a pretty good pounding on. If you notice in the video, I had a failure to feed. I think I induced that with my support hand, because you're grasping it here and my thumb worked up onto the bolt release. So I think somehow that failure to feed, I induced it myself. The charging handle, incredibly difficult to operate. When I loaded the magazine and hit the bolt release, I nearly needed to hit it with a hammer to get it to release the bolt. Sexy looking weapon. It actually, not too concerned with this because we're reusing targets because we're nearly out of target. Shot real well for me. Personally, I wouldn't want it. Recoil impulse, the trigger has just probably a good solid ½ inch of take up on it. Bosco, do you have any more thoughts on it?
I pretty much had the same complaints. I mean, we try to be honest with you. I know the Kriss guys are probably going to not like us after this review, but I'd have to agree I don't like it.
We're based on honesty.
I don't like it at all. The one thing I did like is I like the stock. This gun has a really nice stock. I love this stock.
Super nice rear stock made by Defiance, which is also, if memory serves me correctly, they're part of the Kriss group as well.
Yeah. Rear
stock is wonderful, good cheek weld, just a super quality rear stock. But
yeah. I have to agree, the recoil impulse, the first thing I did when I got done was I told Joel off camera it was like shooting the Kel-Tec Sub 2000, and that's exactly what it felt like to me, except at 45.
It felt like you were taking the whole impulse
straight back into
your shoulder. On the Kel-Tec, it surprised us because that was 9 mil,
and it was a little stout, but I mean it literally felt like that's the gun you were shooting. The trigger has way too much slop in it. The reset's actually good. I like the reset.
I did like the reset,
but there's a lot of slop in it, and I didn't like that part of it. Plus, the other part he mentioned too is the charging handle's a mother. I mean, it really is. I mean, if you're someone that has weak hand strength, you're going to have a lot of problem with this charging handle. You know, because you're not charging the action straight back. It's actually going down. So it takes a little more effort to charge the bolt. But yeah, the bolt handle I didn't like that either. It's way too stiff. I mean, it might loosen up over time because this is pretty much new.
This is brand new, never been fired.
Yeah, the charging handle was definitely an issue with me, but the recoil impulse, I agree with Officer Joel. I didn't feel any recoil reduction out of it at all. I mean, I didn't notice the difference.
Not a bit.
But I do love that. Like I said, the best thing about the gun, and the one thing I like the most, is the stock. I'd love to get one of the stocks, though.
But in spite of our opinions on this, again, thanks to Big Daddy Guns, you can reach them toll free, 855-682-4872. They're located in Gainesville, Florida, about 30 minutes from where we're at now. Give us a like or hit the subscribe button that should be showing up on the lower right hand corner of your screen. Thanks to Big Daddy. I mean, that's how we get a hold of stuff like this. Some of the stuff we get, we like. Some of it we get, I like, he hates, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But we're going to be honest with you. And like Bosco mentioned, you Kriss lovers, just remember everything's based on people's personal impressions. We're just offering our impressions on this. It's not talking down about the technology or the design or the company. We just both, neither one, particularly care for this.
Yeah.
Give us a like or subscribe, Bosco.
Yeah, and one thing I will give, it was reliable. Other than
Very.
the one in which I think that was right, because I almost did the same thing. It was reliable, so we'll give it that. It shot, and it shot good, even when suppressed. Which that does say something about the Kriss, is it shot perfectly fine suppressed. Because sometimes when you suppress a gun, that's when you're going to truly discover if there's issues with it.
Yeah.
And the blowback was not bad at all.
No, I didn't have any blowback at all.
Yeah, so I will give Kriss that. I mean, the suppressed, it worked perfectly fine, which, like I said, if you're going to have a problem with the gun, you're going to find out when you suppress it. You know, and the 45 is not too hard to suppress because it's pistol caliber, but you'll notice when you have a problem if you're going to suppress a gun. Like I said, the blowback was not that bad at all. But I will give Kriss that. But anyways, welcome back to Police 1080 Talk. Give us a like and subscribe, just like Officer Joel said, and remember to be safe and watch your six.